before I hit record, I asked Jack if he's good, and he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And then the next thing you hear is just like a bunch of crunching and munching chewing, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. What are you eating?" He's like, and then that's how
it's a nice cold open.
Exactly. Whatever. I'm probably just gonna leave that in. So what's going on, friends? What's up, gamers? And welcome to DRULcast 149. As you can hear, I'm talking shit about Jack, and that's just simply because he is not on the show. And also, apologies for last week. I mean, there was a little thing called the 4th of July, and we didn't upload. And also, it was Jack's birthday, so.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So that happened, and just took the week off. So we're back, and by we, I mean I'm back with.
I'm not Jack, so
yeah, I guess I should clarify. Yeah, we got Mark here. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. I think the last time I was on, we were talking about Ori and the Blind Forest. Was
that was a while?
Yeah, that was about a year.
A year, yeah. It's out on PC now.
Yep.
And
check out Ori and the Blind Forest 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but really. So what's new? What's going on? It's been a while. Like we've.
Yes. Nothing much. I've been playing a lot of games, trying to hit some of the games in my backlog.
Nice.
But
plenty of those.
I got back into The Witness. That was a game, Jonathan Blow's game that came out a few months ago. Oh, actually, it might have been like January. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been working on this game for like I think 7 years.
Since Braid.
Yeah, literally since Braid ended, he started working on this, and it was announced when they unveiled the PlayStation 4. They had included this in the sort of sizzle reel they were showing for games to look forward to, and I think. They never really said it, but it was sort of assumed that it was going to be a launch game, or at least a launch window game, and it didn't come out until
a little after,
a few months ago. Yeah. And I mean, it's amazing. It's one of the greatest, most rewarding games I've ever played in my life. It's really special. I cannot praise the game enough, but it's definitely not for everyone. It's a really, really kind of obtuse 2D puzzle game.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah, it's if you've seen any videos, it's like all one concept of 2D line puzzles on these panels. And
3D environment?
Yeah, so you're on an island that's completely abandoned. It's really kind of creepy. It's like a really gorgeous looking island, and the color is amazing. It's super bright and really lush looking, but there's nobody else on the island. There's not even animals. Like you don't hear anything. It's just you and like the wind and like waves occasionally. So you're alone with your own thoughts for a long time, and he said the game can take anywhere between like 80 and 100 hours, and
that's crazy. And that's like not even sidetracking, like it's just straight up.
That's just like if you want. So everything is unlocked at the beginning of the game. You can go anywhere you want, but you don't understand what you're seeing until you have found like the tutorial panels, and they don't say that they're tutorial panels. You just kind of
there's no breadcrumbs, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's really it can be overwhelming because the island is pretty big, and there's just puzzles everywhere, and you go up to a panel and you're like, I will never ever be able to solve this one, and then you go off and you do something else, and then you realize. Because I think I can go back to that one, and you do, and you realize, all right, this is actually pretty simple. It's sort of a Metroidvania type game in that knowledge is the skill required rather than learning skills like double jump and certain attacks. It's all based on your ability to learn what the puzzles are telling you.
That's crazy. I've seen a couple of videos on it, and it seemed just insane. Like the you
Yeah.
have to solve one, but it's not on the rails per se, right? Like you have to do like certain puzzles. I mean, I know you have to do some of them to open others, but are there a lot that you can do before?
Yeah, there's a ton just out in the open that you can do. A lot of them are on these, like it's sort of a line where you solve the first one and
Mhm.
then it lights up the next screen. So then you solve the one on the next screen and so on. But
So you follow it as you're like solving them in a way.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, it's like I said, it's pretty overwhelming when you first jump in and you look at some of them and you're like, I have no idea how I would ever solve this, but you just sort of learn it. It's like learning a language. You have to look at the puzzle and see,
Kind of break
okay,
it
what
down.
am I dealing with? It's this shape, so I know that this shape means this rule applies, and if it has this symbol on it, I have to do this sort of thing. It's like you look at the puzzle, and without any words or any text or information on the screen, you just know what to do.
Hmm.
It's really fascinating. It's sort of a game
Seems
about,
rewarding. Like each puzzle seems rewarding by
oh
itself.
yeah, I you got to see my condo. I look like the Zodiac killer. I have just drawings. I have red tape going from one puzzle
Oh.
to another. I have my phone is filled with pictures of the puzzles, and I've downloaded an app so I can draw with my finger over the puzzle.
Oh my
It's
god. So you
absolutely
have
absurd. I close my eyes and all I see are line puzzles. It's crazy.
so you have like this whole like when you like see a cop movie and it's like
If a
the yarn in the map
Yes, if a
from
cop
one
were
to
to
the
come in
other.
here, I'd be busted in on just the worst charges.
That's
They'd be
so
like,
funny.
we don't know where the bodies are, but
But apparently
there's
they're
got to be a bunch because this kid's a freak. But
if we
it's
follow the red
really
one.
yeah, it is a very rewarding game. Um, it has that Portal and Portal 2 vibe where
Which I
it'll
love.
yeah,
So
it'll make you feel like the smartest person in the world or just a bag of rocks. Like
and
it,
the in between both is just
oh
like
yeah,
there's no
getting there from feeling like an idiot to feeling smart is pain inducing sometimes because I no shame. I have sat on one puzzle for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you look at it and it's like this is just it's drawing a line. How can this be taking so long? But
how am I
it's
still here?
you really just sort of appreciate. You can tell that this game took
A
the
long
amount of
time.
time that it did because everything on the island is placed there very methodically, very carefully.
With reason.
Yeah, there's nothing out of place. Everything is there for a reason.
That's
And
crazy.
the puzzles, once you figure out what you have to do and then you go to do it and you see that you can't, and there's like it's not as easy as it looks, you sort of
Yeah.
get another appreciation of wow, he thought of this puzzle and he knew I would try to go this way and he blocked it.
That's
And he's
crazy.
saying you have to do it another way. And it's really awesome. It's very interesting game. It's
I mean,
all
so was
about
Braid.
learning.
Like really thinking back, so was Braid. I don't know if you got a chance to play Braid, but
Yeah, I've seen a ton of video and I actually haven't played Braid firsthand. I know
just
all
seen
about
it.
the game. I've seen it in
Yeah.
an indie game, the movie, and
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
yeah,
Uh,
he's a really fascinating guy. He's very smart. I
yeah.
can't wait for his next game in 20 years.
20 years from now. So yeah, backlog and all that. Unfortunately, I don't know if you're aware that Jack and I have a challenge up.
Oh yes, I'm aware.
Okay, so I've completely not done any work in regards to that challenge, and I pretty much have given up.
Yeah, I've admitted defeat.
but see, the thing is, like, he's going on all the, like, he's been away for a while. He's on vacation right now. Like, there's time. Like, I could definitely catch up. There's just so many. Pokemon Go just came out. Like, what am I supposed to do with life?
Pokemon Go.
Like, I have to pause everything.
That's sort of an everything else stops, so we can enjoy this. It really is special. How many people play this game and the variety of people that play it. I mean, I'm seeing people on Twitter and Facebook post about it that
you would never imagine in a million years.
Never played a video game in their lives, and never envision themselves playing a Pokemon game. And it's pretty amazing what Nintendo's done and Niantic has done with this game, and
it's funny though,
the universal appeal it has.
Well, the thing with Niantic is they already had, like, this game is a complete reskin of one of their other games. And the other game, if I'm not mistaken, was only available on Android. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I think I thought it came to
iOS.
Came to iOS at some point, maybe not.
I'm not sure, but the game itself, like Ingress, it was cool, Ingress. But just nobody really got into it, and it's like, I'm doing what now? I'm hacking what?
Yeah.
They're like, I gotta join a team? Like, what is... So they took that concept and made it into Pokemon Go, and pretty much, I mean, because all of the what are they called? The nodes, the Pokestops, all of those are the same on the other game, on Ingress. So it's not, they really didn't do much in that regard.
That's funny that it's that similar. I haven't played it. So I'm looking at it now. It was released in 2014 on iOS, but it was, I think, came out in 2012 if I'm reading this right, on
Android.
Android, yeah.
That's crazy.
So I don't really dabble much in mobile games, so I wasn't aware of how similar it was to this game because I've never played it. But
it's the same map library, but everything else. I mean, the skin, like just adding Pokemon to it and making it, all in that sense different. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying is the maps and the nodes and all of that are alike, but everything else about this game, Pokemon Go, is completely unique to itself. And holy crap, I mean, as we speak, Nintendo's stock went up 25%. Like,
yeah, it's up now 33%.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
how crazy that is?
Skyrocketing.
They're projecting that by midweek today, so probably by the time this goes live, that Pokemon Go will officially surpass Twitter users.
Like, I read that.
What that's insane.
Yeah,
like I'm literally just picturing like how many people use Twitter, and then I look at the people that I follow on Twitter, and then I think about the people with the millions of followers on Twitter. I'm just like, that's a lot of people. Like, this game has completely taken over. I mean, I was in the North End of Boston yesterday, and I literally just went out to the park. No reason other than I just needed to get to another place, right? And like literally right in front of me, the first thing that I see is this couple, and they're wearing yellow bandanas. And I'm just like, wait, like I hope, like, maybe style, okay, cool, like. And then as I get closer, and I'm like, they're definitely play Pokemon Go, like 100%.
Oh yeah, every person I've been seeing just driving, and I'm like looking at people on the sidewalk with their head buried in their phone.
Yeah,
I just imagine are playing Pokemon Go. And I went down to Sears Park in East Boston when I was down there yesterday, and me and my cousin walked down, and we were just looking for Pokemon, and the same thing. It was groups of people. So I just got this game yesterday. I'm still learning the ins and outs of it. I guess you can put down like lures to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few of those set up at this park, and
One of the
just a
stops.
bunch of people standing around like with their phones trying to get it, and it was a really cool experience. I definitely will remember this for like the rest of my life as like a
No,
really fun moment in gaming. You know, it's akin to console releases and going out at midnight to get certain games, and
yeah.
it's just an event. It's pretty
And it's a
exciting.
constant event that keeps happening
Yeah.
daily. Like, you
Yeah.
just go and you're like, oh, hey, new people. Like,
Yeah.
literally making friends over a freaking game.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's nice. I've been seeing all the pictures of people that they're taking of themselves meeting strangers on the street playing the
yeah.
game, and it's cool. It's uplifting, especially you know, the rough week on the news we've been having. It's such an uplifting thing and builds a nice community.
So far, I mean, yeah, there was that one mishap where these kids put a lure and kind of robbed some other kids at like gunpoint or whatever.
Okay, didn't hear that.
They got caught, and you should make all the jokes you want there. I'm not gonna be the one to make them.
Nope.
But the guys who robbed them got caught, and they explained, you know, like basically it was pretty self-explanatory what happened. They put a lure, and kids showed up because, I mean, you see a lure, you're going to go towards it, you know, especially if you're really into the game right now.
Yeah.
You're going to go to it, and it was kind of late, and whatever, they just got robbed for all of their phones. Like, that's belongings.
Awful.
It sucks, you know, it's really bad, but use judgment when doing certain things. Like, if you're walking up to a place and you see some sketchy people, I'm not going to go to that lure. I'm sorry, I'm walking away.
Exactly.
Not only that, you don't have to be, I mean, you have to be close, but not that close.
Yep.
You know?
Were the people that robbed them wearing Team Rocket garb?
That's what everybody, that's the joke everybody's making.
All right.
It's
it did not need to be made. I'm going to shut the podcast off.
It's but no, like it sucks that that's what happened, but there's so many other positive stories that are coming out of this game.
Oh yeah.
That it just kind of surpasses that.
Like,
that
I hadn't even heard that story until you just told me. All I'm seeing are positive experiences and
just jokes. Everybody's just making memes now, and they're all great.
The Red Sox Twitter account retweeted a bunch of people playing the game at the Red Sox game on Sunday.
That's amazing.
It was so cool. Like, everyone knows what this game is already, and it just came out on Friday. It's awesome.
Unreal.
Unreal. Unlike other mobile games fads that come around, like, you know, everyone's talking Flappy Bird and Angry Birds and stuff.
Angry Birds.
This one is good because it gets you out of the house, and it gets you engaging with other people.
It not only that, it, like, each one of the nodes, each one of the stops or whatever, there's history to, I mean, there's a story to every one of those stops, you know. I've seen, I mean, there's signs, like historical signs, I mean, especially if you live in the city, you know. There's like historical landmarks that you go to, and you'll never, you pass by them daily. You've passed by them once before in your life, and then it takes this game to make you realize, like, oh, that's what this is?
Yeah, cool. I got like a fun fact about one of the statues in my downtown square here. It was a Pokestop, so I, naturally spun into the thing, got the Pokeballs, and it came up with like a cool fact about that statue, and I'm like, wow, this is something special, this game. I'm really loving it.
it's crazy that I still can't believe that this is kind of what's bringing a lot of people. Like, I went for a walk and I just couldn't believe, like, we went to one of the gyms, right?
Yep.
And there was a group of kids sitting there, and I'm like, they're 100% got this gym locked down. Yeah. Like, we're gonna go. We're walking up to these kids, and we're gonna fucking battle. Like, it's going down. That gym is mine. And it's so funny because they're there, and then, you don't have to be close, but it's just funny, like, to hear them talk and whatnot. And we're like, you know what? We're gonna walk around. We're gonna go ahead and recoup, and then once we come back, then we'll battle them or take over the gym, whatever. We felt bad. Because, like, we saw the gym, we saw, like, yeah, we could take this, we could take that, and I'm like, all right, let's just go around, maybe get some more Pokestops, and then on the comeback, we'll take it over. And when we came back, they were gone, so I was like, all right, perfect, this is a great opportunity. But regardless of that, like, it's still like, if I were to walk up to those kids and take in that gym, I feel like I would have completely made them cry. Like, I don't know, I felt bad. But at the same time, like, it's part of the game. Like, it just has to happen.
It's different because, with the online gaming, you don't see the other people. You just talk to them and you can trash talk all you want, but it's different when you're right there in front of them. It kind of, I think it brings out the niceness in people, because I saw at Pierce Park, there's a gym there too, and people were standing around like battling and all
just
friendly,
trying to,
it was all in good sport. It's fun. It's nice seeing that side of competitive gaming, because you just hear about the dumpster fires of message boards and lobbies of the worst vulgarities. But it's different when you're face to face.
No, 100%, which is good. I like that. But the game does have some issues, and granted, it is just launch. Yeah. But I just, because of the amount of people that they're reaching, I think it's okay to kind of forgive.
Yeah, like I said, I just got the game yesterday, but I've been reading that people were having issues all weekend with the servers.
Yeah. I mean, not even...
They were fine when I was using it yesterday, but I mean, if it launched Friday and... Is that when it came out, right? Friday?
It came out, I don't know, the 5th? No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the 5th. Tuesday.
Yep, the 5th was a Tuesday.
Yeah. So there are a couple of issues, and some that kind of really irk me. So there was this... So the lures, like, you're aware of all that. So there was lures and the nodes. Oh no, those are the lures. The incense. I don't know if you've used any of those yet.
No, I haven't.
So a lure, obviously, it just brings people, or you put it on a Pokestop and it brings Pokemon to that. It's basically an instant, but for multiple people. An instant is just for you. The Pokemon basically come to you, and they're attracted to whatever the instant is. But the problem that I have is that those are on a timer, right?
Yep.
That timer, if you close out of the app, it's still going on. I feel like if you're logged into the app, that's when the timer should take effect, not real world time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
And the only reason I say that is because if the servers are down, and I use a node or an instant, whatever, right before the servers go down, I'm pissed.
Yeah, that sucks.
I've already, especially the way I look at it is, if I spent money on this, I'm screwed. I would be really pissed off.
How bad are the microtransactions? I haven't really.
They're not too bad.
Much so.
If I'm not mistaken, obviously, if you buy like a higher packet, you get like a discount. So like Pokeballs, for example, I think they're $1 for 20.
Oh wow!
I think so. What's that? 5 cents each?
Yeah.
Math. So it's not too bad, it's that. But dude, you're gonna be walking around so many Poke Centers, or Pokestops, that there's no reason for you to really buy Pokeballs unless you want to buy the higher level ones.
I think I have 83, and I just walking down a few blocks. I mean, the Pokestops are everywhere. So, and
they reset fast. It's only 5 minutes. You can literally run around in a circle somewhere.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could run around in a circle somewhere with a lot of nodes, and you'll be set for a while. It's not that hard to get them.
Yeah.
But the problem is with the incense and with all that other stuff, that timer, that really pissed me off. If the servers go down, I'm screwed. So here's an example. So yesterday I used 3 things, right? I used a node on a Pokestop. I used an instant, just maybe hoping I could kind of doubled my chances on catching some other Pokemon, right? Or my chances on seeing them. And I used a Lucky Egg. A Lucky Egg gives you bonus XP for 30 minutes. Each one of those items lasts for 30 minutes. So I'm like, cool. I'm right here. This is a good spot. Let me, use all three at the same time. So I wasn't going anywhere for a half hour. I'm just going to hang out right here. This is what I'm going to do. So I ended up finding, I want to say maybe like 10 Pokemon in that half hour, which it's enough,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a pretty decent number. Out of those 10, I want to say I caught 2. And I'm going to say I caught because those are the ones that are 100% confirmed that I caught. So what happens is the game just crashes. So once you throw the Pokeball, it just freezes up. And the Pokemon goes inside the ball, but you know how it does the little shake?
Yeah.
The Poke Shake?
Poke Shake.
It does that. So it doesn't do the shake. So it goes in and then freeze, but the background is still moving, which that's the part that pisses me off. Like, I know the game is working.
Oh, damn.
But it's not working at the same time.
Yeah, that sucks.
So then you exit the game and you go back in and the Pokemon's gone. You didn't catch it. You have the Pokeball still, that, the count is still the same and your experience is still the same. So that's how I know 100% that I didn't catch it, right? Because obviously every catch you get experience. So yeah, the half hour wasted 3 different items and I legit just caught 2 Pokemon. Like, that's it.
That
so
sucks.
That really, it kind of bothered me. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, if I had paid money for any one of these items,
who have paid money and that happened.
Yeah. If I had paid money for any one of these items, I'd be livid. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. It's just a game. I'll level up plenty. Maybe one day people will stop playing, and I'll have my own time to play and stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. Like, I even contemplating stop being played. What the fuck am I trying to say? I debated not playing anymore.
Yes.
For a while. And then I'm like, man, like, every one of my friends is on this. Like, I'm going to feel like such an idiot if I don't play.
Yeah, it's cool, so I'm playing it now and being part of the conversation.
Exactly. So that's why, and you're like, oh, dude, I caught this. Like, I bet you don't have this type stuff. Or look at how much power this has. All that. So, anyways, that was one of the issues. And that is, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And then comes the other issue. I was at a parking lot in front of a post office that happens to be a gym.
Of course.
So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to take this over. I saw it was a level 2. The Pokemon that were in there were pretty weak. So I'm like, I'm going to solo this. I'm going to take this over. I'm going to take all the HP of the gym away. And I got this. So, the battle goes on. I take the gym down from a level 2 to a level 1. I'm still playing. And then this happens, dude. I was so pissed off. I took down, it was Zubat. What's the Zubat evolution? I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't know. It was,
I don't know.
Hell is his name? It's gonna bother me, so I'm gonna have to look this up right now. Golbat. Yes. It was a Golbat. So.
And then Crobat, right?
Crobat, yeah. So I was fighting a Golbat by itself, right? And we had very similar combat power. And I take the health all the way down, and it has like, you could see just a little sliver of red. It has like 1 HP left, and he's still attacking me. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like tapping. I don't know if you've done a gym battle yet.
No, not yet.
No. So the combat is very simple. You tap the screen and you're attacking. And then once you build up, like, I don't know, whatever Pokemon you catch, they have those little blue bars on the bottom for a skill. If you press and hold on your screen, that's how you use those attacks. So I'm doing that, and I'm like, I'm saying he's dead. I'm still there.
Yep.
And he kills me. He has no health. Ugh. Kills me. So another Pokemon goes in. I'm tapping away. Kills me. 6 of them finally die. The timer is like, well, maybe not 6, maybe 4. fine, because you go in with 6, and it ended up killing 4 of them, and I ended up having to run away because I'm like, fuck this. Like, this is, each one of these is going to cost me a revive and a couple of potions to bring them back up to health. I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, so that's bullshit.
So I left, and I was like, you know what? It's going to piss me off. Like, I already took it down to level 1. Let me fight it again. And this time, they wouldn't die. So the same thing happened where it just had a sliver of health. But then my guy had a sliver of health. We both just had a little bit of health. And nothing. The timer goes down, and then all you see is the loading symbol, continuously just loading away. I don't know what it was loading, but clearly not my victory.
Yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, so that pissed me off. So I took the gym. Like, I couldn't even take the gym over. It had 1,500 health, meaning I only took 500 health out of it. And for the rest of the day, it was just bothering me. I'm like, man, like, I could have had that gym. Like, it was all mine. And like, I had plenty of time, and I just stopped because it just wouldn't go.
Yeah,
wouldn't nudge. So it's not perfect.
Yeah, I'm sure that these are things they'll fix, especially given how popular it is. I'm sure they want to keep it
updated,
working properly. Yeah. While it's all this hype is around it.
Yeah, so there's that. There's the in terms of issues, those are the 2 big things that I have. Like, those are like game breaking for me,
Yeah.
But then there's also certain things that are a little annoying. So there's no way to like select all to transfer or anything like that. I don't know if you've even gotten to the transferring portion of the game yet.
No, I'm still early on. I think
have you picked a team yet?
I'm on level 4. No.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even gotten to that part.
Yeah.
So basically, in order to evolve your Pokemon, you need the candy for each one. And in order to get that, you got to catch the Pokemon a few times in order to evolve them. And in order to get the candy, you transfer the extras to Professor, what's his name?
Willow?
Yeah. You send him the Pokemon, and he gives you 1 candy in return for whatever Pokemon it is that you sent him. So you do that 50 times or whatever Pokemon is, and then you can evolve it, right? When you catch so many of one specific kind, the repetitive motion of transfer, it's kind of annoying.
Oh, that's weird that they wouldn't have a select all if the whole thing is having
based around that.
Yeah.
The entire game is basically fit around that. So yeah, they definitely have to fix that.
Yeah. Luckily that's like a minor thing that they can just
exactly.
I would think. I mean, I don't really make these things, so
definitely not game breaking or anything like that. And I don't know why, but I really don't care where I caught the Pokemon. I know there's a little map underneath each one. I don't even like. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, is that so people can share? Like,
I have no idea why that's there, to be honest with you. I think it's just like for you to know, like, oh, I was here. Here's where I caught this. Maybe if I like traveled somewhere and did a lot of traveling, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I caught that at whatever. Or maybe you're talking to a friend, like, oh, where'd you catch that? That's the only way that would really matter. But I feel like right now it's early on enough that you don't run into that situation too often.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not traipsing about the world looking for Pokemon. I've gone like down the street, so don't need a detailed map on that. But I can see the use for it, I guess, later on. Like you said, just
right now.
If you've traveled and kind of remember where you got certain ones, and also help out your friends. Yeah,
I just transfer them all. I don't care. I transfer. But yeah, there's an update supposedly coming out. It's gonna allow trading and all that good stuff. So nice. Definitely just a bunch of good things going on. And with the number of users that they've been getting, I can only imagine that the updates are gonna be pretty fast.
Yeah.
Because of the number of people. So,
how did you feel when Nintendo said we're going mobile? Because this is not what I did not expect it to be.
I knew it was gonna be crazy. I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
between Miitomo and then this. I mean, I know Miitomo's sort of died down a bit.
Yeah.
But
Miitomo shouldn't exist.
yeah, I mean, I liked it, but it didn't.
I liked it for
have
an
enough.
hour.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't keep me entertained enough.
I don't care too much about my friends' answers.
Yeah,
and I really don't care what they're
wearing.
That's
the whole thing. What did your friend say to this question? It's like,
or hey, what are they wearing? Or
yeah,
like I didn't really care.
Yeah, same. I thought there'd be more to it, so
I figured it would be. I thought it was going to be attached to Pokemon Go somehow. I thought that was going to be your character, and somehow you can interweave the two. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I downloaded it.
That'd be better.
Quite honest. Yeah, because the customization options of Pokemon Go are not great.
Nope.
Everybody just looks extremely generic.
Everyone looks the same.
But yeah, no, I 100% didn't expect for it to be like this. I mean, but Nintendo has a couple of games out. They have that. They have the match 'em up game. I don't know what's it called. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but it's like, you know, one of those match 3 type games. So whatever. I mean, they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they need to do. They know what people like. And Pokemon. I mean, it's coincidentally enough, the match 'em up is also a Pokemon themed game. So they know what their audience is like. But yeah, no, I'm good. That's pretty much all I got for this week.
Yeah, same here.
All right. So yeah, once more, guys, we are now on Google Play Store. You can find the podcast on there. Just search for DRULcast. Same thing on iTunes and on Stitcher. Feel free to subscribe, leave us a review. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at TrueOz. I always get yours mixed up. Mark himself.
It's
and then
at Mark himself 46 on Twitter.
I don't know why I always think it's 16. I think I even said that last time.
I think you did.
So at Mark himself 46. And you can follow the show as well to get updated every time we post some new articles, or every time a new video goes up, or even when a podcast goes up, and that's at Downright Up Left. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining, Mark.
Yes, of course.
We'll try to have you again in about 20 years.
Yep, that should fit into the scheduling.
And still haven't gotten you on a podcast with Jack, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the last thing we also discussed.
Ghost Jack does not exist.
He does not exist in your book. So
he's your computer.
You know what? We're gonna solve this issue. I don't know what episode, but I'm hoping sometime soon.
Yes,
we're gonna solve this issue because you two have insane backlogs, and you guys should probably get a little contest going on as well.
That'd be great.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you once more, Mark, for joining. Of
course.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Play to your drool. Peace.
Bye.